Hello, beautiful people. Guess what time it is? Why is there a dent in the jar? Oh, there's not a dent in the jar. It's on both sides. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Or welcome if you're new here. Today we are picking February TBR. I'm very excited. New round of books because I wasn't feeling any of the books from last month. This is what I did. Yeah. See, also, if this is your first video of mine, I usually choose 6. But last month, I was indecisive between 2. So, I chose them both, and we had 7. However, I only read 2. So, let's hope for better this month. I'm debating if I should only pick 5 or continue to do 6, because I never finish my TBRs. We'll just see how I feel while picking. So let's start. Alrighty. Oh, that was kind of stuck. Also, by the way, the TBR prompts from last month did not get put back in here. Usually I put the prompts back in, but I decided to not do that this year. So I took them out. They're in a separate little jar on my desk. So we never pick the same prompt again until it's empty or until the end of the year. And there's plenty of prompts in here, so we shouldn't run out. Let's start picking. Oh, there's 2. Oh my goodness, I can't let go. Okay. Okay, you read first. If it focuses. What does it say? Cover matches outfit. Okay, I'm wearing a navy top. Montreal Metros. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so anything that has blue, particularly navy, I'm gonna stray a bit instead of just picking from my 2020, because this cart is my 2026 TBR. We're gonna try to pick books from my other shelves as well. We're gonna prioritize this shelf, but we're gonna look elsewhere as well, because I didn't last month and I regretted doing that kind of. So let's go. Let's find some that match the hoodie. Okay, I've picked 4 options. I think I might already know what I'm gonna do, but I'll show you anyways. First, Divine Rivals, Rebecca Ross. I don't know how in the mood for this I am. Also, it's more of a lighter blue than like a navy, if we're gonna be technical, compared to the other books. But I know Maddie's been begging me to read this, so that's an option. And then, off of my last month's TBR, Heavenly Bodies, it's got that navy in there as well. I never picked it up, but I've still heard such good things about it. So obviously, plus it's on my 2026 TBR. And then Frederick Backman, Beartown. Obviously, I've heard so many good things about this. I've been wanting to read it forever. It's winter, cold, snow outside, snow on the cover, navy up here. This seems like it's a good time to read. So this is also an option. And then Everything I Never Told You. I always forget about my mini bookshelf in my closet. That's where this book came from. I always forget that bookshelf's in there. And then after I pick my TBRs, I'm like, I forgot about an entire bookshelf I could consider. And turns out I have a lot more navy books than I thought. There's like 3 others on the bookshelf in my closet that are navy, and I was like, wow. But I just picked one. But what I think I'm gonna go with is Beartown. I've heard so many good things about this book and about Frederick, and I've been really wanting to read some of his work for a while now. So I think we're gonna start off with this one. Okay, the second one. I love picking my TBRs. Oh my god, I can't keep one in my hand. Okay, here's one. The longer one, can you read it? It says, book you haven't heard anyone talk about. Okay, this is a pretty new prompt that I put in here. I haven't added too many prompts into my jar lately, but this is one of them. Because I watched somebody else have a video, and this was one of the prompts, and I said, that's a great idea. So, books you haven't heard anyone talk about. My entire 2026 TBR is filled with books I've heard people talk about. So I mean, besides Please Don't Go. However, that was on my TBR last month and I didn't get to it, so I think we're gonna hold off for now. So yeah, we're gonna look around my room a little bit, grab a few. I know for sure of one that I haven't heard people talk about, but let me see what I have. Okay, I have a really good selection, and I fear it's gonna be kind of hard to choose. Okay, so first, well, I haven't heard anyone talk about this. I read the first book in January, and it was on my January TBR. The second book, Through the Dust. Haven't heard anyone talk about the series in general, and I saw this book series at a independent romance-only bookstore, which is where I got this. So, an option. It's small town romance, cowboy. He's worked on this family ranch, not his family, a family ranch his whole life. The family kind of quote-unquote adopted him in a way. And then she is in the family, she's working on the ranch. They seem to dislike each other, so we'll see how that goes whenever I do read it, if I choose it. And then next, I've heard people talk about the other books before this, but The Damned by Harper L. Woods. This is the third book in the series. It came out somewhere in the end of last year. I want to say October, but I could be wrong. And I haven't heard anyone talk about it. This book specifically. And this is an option, because I also kind of do need to continue the series. So that's, as I said, an option. And then I have this book called Bones by K.L. Spear. Never heard of this book. I saw it when I was at Indigo bookstore when I was visiting Maddie. And I got this book because it sounded really interesting. It's part of the Bones series. And the second book is called Fangs. But this one is a post-apocalyptic romantasy, which is very intriguing about Bones. I'll read the back for you guys. Bones was born with a miraculous power to heal, but all her gift has brought is death. As a child, her older brother trained her to survive, so survive she did. The blood on her hands will never wash off. She's broken and scarred in more ways than one, but she survived. After finally escaping the ruthless raiders who imprisoned her for 12 long years, Bones is haunted by her past and desperate for atonement. Freedom is short-lived, however, as the rumors of her abilities catch up to her. Dragged to the Northwest Mountain stronghold known as the Vault, Bones finds herself involuntarily drawn to the tight-knit crew who captured her, and the feelings she begins to develop for Trey, the heart of the crew, scare her more than all the horrors of her past. Bones struggles to maintain her distance, navigate her trauma, and deal with the new horrifying ways her healing powers are used to root out a budding revolution. As her defenses slowly break down, everything she believes about herself and the world is challenged, forcing her to confront the question, what are you surviving for? So that sounds very intriguing. Definitely an option because I've never heard anyone talk about this book. I just think it's a cool cover as well. And then lastly, a book called How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates by Shaylee Thompson. I won this as a giveaway on Goodreads, and it is an ARC. This is coming out on the 3rd of February, so there's a good chance that it comes out today, if you're seeing this on the 3rd. If not, it's about to come out, or it is already out. I don't know when you'll see this. But this one is also super, super, super intriguing. I'm just gonna read the little top thing, not the whole blurb. A humorous, swoony, and downright terrifying slasher rom-com in which a cinephile gets caught in the middle of a murderous spree at a speed dating event and must use her encyclopedic knowledge of the romance and horror genres to make it as a real-life final girl. Very, very intrigued by this one as well. It's got that rom-com horror genre, obviously. Coming this spring. I don't think February is spring, is it? Anyways. Coming this spring, How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates is the fresh, funny, and downright terrifying horror rom-com that proves that romance isn't dead. Yet. I'm thinking one of these two. Trying to branch out a little bit here. Am I more in the mood for fantasy or like a horror rom-com? The thing is, I wrote that prompt and I always thought of this book because I never hear anybody talk about it. And I don't think it has that many reviews on Goodreads. I think I'm gonna do this since it comes out pretty soon and horror rom-com-y. This is giving very Valentine-y times. And it's February, so we're gonna go with How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates. Alrighty, we have our two. Let's pick another and try to get through this a little bit faster so my camera doesn't die. What does it say? I'm gonna say that every time now. Friends to lovers. Ooh. I love friends to lovers. Okay. Let's see what I have. I have 3 options, you guys. I have 2 physically, 1 on Kindle. The first option is quite literally the prompt. Friends to Lovers by Sally Blakely. It just gives very summer vibes though. That's my only thing. One last summer to fall for each other is the little tagline. Their best friends have been inseparable. She moves across the country for her job. They have a creative way that they stay in touch by being each other's dates to weddings. Until a line is crossed. And their friendship's ruined. Shocker. Considering... Anyways. Ooh, so now they're at their family shared summer house. Oh, that's even better. They have a family summer house. However, it's winter. But do I want a summer mood? Maybe. And then the next one, which is great for winter, fake skating. Lynn Painter, fake skating. I believe they're fake dating as well. They're friends to lovers. My friend recently, Maddie. I don't know why I keep saying my friend when it's literally just Maddie. Maddie read this recently, I think. And I've only ever read Better Than the Movies from Lynn Painter. I should reread that soon. Because I want to read Nothing Like the Movies. But I don't really remember Better Than the Movies. So... anyways, that's besides the point. Fake skating, another option. Third option, I have on my phone here, To Catch a Firefly by Emmy Sanders. It's an MM Friends to Lovers, and I've just heard really good things about it. Maddie has recommended it to me multiple times. I have read a book by Emmy Sanders before called Fool's Heart. That was really good. That's a MM Friends to Lovers as well, and one of them is a single dad. But I've heard really good things about this too. So I think I'm gonna go with one of these two. This fits more of like this is definitely more like a seasonal read, especially with the fake skating. I feel like it's very wintry. So I might go with this one. Just for the sake of the season. Even knowing me, I'll probably still read To Catch a Firefly this month anyways. Because for some reason I always end up like reading the books I don't choose for my TBR. So I'll probably read it. Alrighty, next prompt, which is prompt 4. Let's see, let's go this one. It's a thick one. Can you read it, or is it upside down? There's a chance it's upside down? It was upside down. Most recent book purchase. Which is so funny because I haven't really bought that many books lately. I'm kind of on a book buying ban. But I did break it for... I know what I broke it for. My most recent book purchase was Gracelet's Heart. This is the only book that I've purchased this year so far that I have not read. The only other books I've read, I bought because I read them on Kindle and I really liked them. And that was a series. Besides the point, this was my most recent purchase. I just think this cover is so pretty. I saw one person put it on their January TBR, I believe. I don't remember who it was. But this cover, I saw it and I was like, that's gorgeous, I need it. And look at the pretty purple. I don't know too much about this. The map's purple. Purple's my favorite color. And look at that. That is so pretty. Let's see, love is the most dangerous magic. So there's magic! Oh, and there's a competition hosted by the most feared immortal family. Revealing a dark power in the city where magic is forbidden. Ooh. Ooh. I'm excited. Because I'm also trying not to buy books unless I know I'm going to read them right away. I bought this in like the end-ish of January. So... good time to read it. Great prompt. I'm excited. Alrighty, I'm feeling good about this, so we're gonna stick with the normal 6 prompts. I'm also just really excited. I knew this is how it was gonna go. Is this upside down again? There's a high chance it is. It was. Okay. Ooh, water on the cover. Okay. That's very summery vibes. Oh, because Beartown has water. Technically it's ice, but ice is water. Let's find some books. I have a lot more covers with water on it than I thought. I pretty much grabbed all of them. And I have 9. So let's go through them all just super quickly. Everything I Never Told You, as I mentioned that before. Pictures of You, Emma Gray. This was on my 2025 TBR and I never got to it. It's very summery though, so we'll see. Deep End, Ali Hazelwood. Once again, Friends to Lovers. And then Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We have another Ali Hazelwood option on my 2026 TBR, Problematic Summer Romance. The thing with water is, it's very summery vibes to me, so a lot of these are summer vibes. Meet Me at the Lake, also on my 2026 TBR. Consider Me, Becca Mack has Little Water Down There, 2026 TBR as well. And then same with Please Don't Go, E. Salvador. But yeah, I feel like it's a very summery prompt. And it's February, which is not summer in America. So Damn, I wish I would have picked this one in like a month or two. Malibu Rising, it takes place at the end of summer, which is even further away from the beginning of summer for where we're at. Friends to Lovers, seems very beachy. Deep End technically isn't summer, based off the cover. I know it's about I know it's a college romance. Pictures of You, it looks very summery just off the fact that she's probably in a pool. But I've heard I actually haven't heard too much about this book, but I know our female main character, Evie, she should be grieving her dead husband because her and him, they get in a car crash. But she loses her memory and doesn't remember him. But she does remember... Oh my god, is this a Friends to Lovers too? The only person who can help her piece together the past is her best friend, Drew. This is a Friends to Lovers too! I missed that on that prompt. But it's very summery, so we'll see. And then, oh wait, I said that already. I said that. I'm losing track, there's too many books. Wait, I said all of these. Oh my god! I'm losing my mind. I just 9 books. You come back to Romancing at the Lake. Very summery as well. Some movies after now. I could do Deep End. I'm currently reading an Ali Hazelwood book right now, Not in Love. Which is so funny, because in my January TBR I said I was saving that for February. I did not. I don't really go. It's a option still. So it's Deep End. A lot of blue covers. Blue. But res. So I think my 3 options are Consider Me, Deep End, Everything I Never Told You. Okay, we're gonna go with Consider Me. It was on my TBR last month. Didn't get to it. It's also on my 2026 TBR. And only one of these is on my 2026 TBR. We really gotta get going on my 2026 TBR or I'm just gonna abandon it and not complete it like last year's. Also, I love a good hockey romance and I've heard great things about the series. So we're gonna go Consider Me. And we gotta make it quick because my camera's at 15% battery and it dies kind of quick. I don't know why. If anyone could give me solutions, let me know. Last one. Is it good? Flowers on Cover. Why am I getting all summer spring prompts in February? Do I have any that give Valentine's vibes? First water, now flowers. Let's see what we got. Okay, I have quite a few options for this as well. You can tell by the lighting that I've taken a little too long to do this because the lighting's definitely changed because the sun's gonna set soon. Anyways, quite a few books I have flowers on the covers, but luckily they aren't all summery vibes. First, we have Sarah Adams, Practice Makes Perfect. My only pickle with this one is this is book 2 of the When in Rome series. And I haven't read When in Rome. And I kind of refuse to read things out of order. But I might make an exception. Because I've had this book forever. And Flower Shops, and I think he's a tattoo artist. At least he's tattooed at least. So there's that. I have this book called Huckleberry Hill by Emma Slate. This is book 1 of Saddles and Spurs series. I don't know much. I think it's Accidental Pregnancy if I'm remembering correctly. And it's Small Town Cowboy. Next we have The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. This is a tough book, just based on the description. It's about trauma and how like it affects love and relationships and life. I've had this book for a while. but it follows Eden. It follows her in 4 parts, her freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school, and the traumatized event of her brother's best friend sexually assaulting her. So that's dark. Definitely something I'd have to prep for, an option. I don't know if I'm counting this as an option right now, but I'm going to show it. Metal Slinger. It's on my 2026 TBR. However, Light Wielder comes out in April, so I was kind of wanting to save this for then. So I think we might do that with that. Same with Night and the Moth, also on my 2026 TBR, but the second book comes out, I believe, in April as well. So I might save this for a little later, like March, April. And then bringing back Divine Rivals, because I just realized while looking for flowers on covers that there's flowers on this cover. But am I in the mood for a romantasy? We'll see. We'll see. And then another book that's intrigued me for a bit that I've had it. The Same Backward as Forward by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It's a book that's told in two perspectives. It's the same story told from 2 different perspectives. It's Hannah and what's his name? Troy? Toby. I was close. So like the first half you read Hannah's story. So you have Hannah and you read her POV up until there. And it goes to about, I'm not looking. This is her story, and then you flip it over and you read his story. Isn't that so cool? I feel like I haven't heard many people talk about this. And it's Jennifer Lynn Barnes, so also an option. Very intriguing option. Do I know what it's about? No, but it's Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So I think we're gonna go with Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. Is there a chance I'll be reading the series out of order and I never do? Maybe. Does this also give me an excuse to finally buy When in Rome? Maybe. So we're gonna go with Practice Makes Perfect. I mean, it's the perfect book for the prompt. How can I not? So we're gonna go with this. Yay, we have all of our books for the month of February. Let's go over them. My camera's about to die because, shocker, it took me forever to film this. Let's go over these books super quick. Let's see if I can remember the prompts as well. First, oh no, I'm dropping books and my sister's dog is chewing his bone in my room. It's so annoying. First up, our first prompt was, Parker, you gotta leave. I can't do this. Sorry guys, hold on. Okay, we're good. Back to where we're going. Our first prompt, book that matches your outfit. Beartown, Frederick Bachman. Second one. What was this prompt? Oh, book you haven't heard anybody talk about. How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates. And then our next prompt was Friends to Lovers. Fake Skating. Oh my god, I'm getting the dead battery notification. And then most recent purchase prompt. Graceless Hearts. I'm stressed. Can you feel it through the screen? And then our next prompt was Water on the Cover. Consider Me, Becca Mac. And the last one, Flowers on the Cover, Practice Makes Perfect. Thank you so much for watching. My camera battery died. My camera died. I was just trying to do the outro, man. So we're on my phone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for the chaos. Hope you enjoyed it though. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, subscribe, all the YouTube thingamabobs. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you think of them. And let me know what's on your February TBR, which you're looking forward to reading this month. I'm very shaky right now. I apologize. Love you guys. See you next video. Bye.